like skateboarding. It's good when you do a good trick, and people are watching. That's good. It's just good fun. You don't go out to knock people over or to sort of try and run them over or whatever. That's just basically stupid. I'm just out to enjoy myself on my skateboard. It's basically really good fun. Gets me away from animal rights for a bit. I think if I stuck in that all the time, I'd go nuts. First started thinking about animal rights as being a vegetarian about 5.5 years ago. Started off with a local animal rights group leafleting. I think it was in Bristol, and I was just handed a leaflet on about factory farm production. Also, it fell in with a time when I had seen something on TV about factory farm production, which upset me. Because even when I was a little nipper, I used to see things on TV like animals, even in drama films, things like that, being hurt or shot or something like that, and I used to cry, I used to get very upset. It wasn't until about 5.5 years ago that I started thinking about vegetarianism, and then it took me quite a long time to progress into veganism. I just started off by phoning round with friends, seeing if they'd be interested in joining a group. Got other people to get names, collected them. I had a list of about 80 and decided to hold a public meeting, and it really turned out well. We had a lot of people there. The group's just gone 3 months old now. We're getting money for a Land Rover to go hunt sapping next season.
We've had quite a bit of abuse and things as well.
Really?
Joanne had a leaflet screwed up through the fence.
Lovely. Basically ignorant. It is mainly young people, but there are older people in it. I'm particularly proud of my parents at the moment, who have just said that they're turning vegetarian. I mean, they're nearly 60 years old each. I mean, after 60 years of eating meat, to turn vegetarian at that stage, they've probably got 20 years, 30 years left on this planet at the best. So I'm particularly proud of them at the moment. Unfortunately, a lot of young people are too involved with themselves. They're too self-centered. Most of us have got 80 years on this planet at the best. Alright? I think we should do something worthwhile with it, rather than just sit around and moan about things when you're doing nothing about it. That's what a lot of the people in Western are like, is they'll criticise, they'll moan, and they'll do nothing about it.
Kill the foxes!
You'll find that the people who are unfortunately responsible for this, I'm not on about the vivisectors or the abattoir workers, I'm on about people who eat meat or will buy tested cosmetics, whatever. They may be aware, they may be not aware that they're responsible for things like that. You find those sort of people can't look at those type of photos, maybe because they're genuinely distressed, maybe because it might provoke them into doing something about it, and it's just a lot of hassle maybe to alter their lives to live a vegetarian vegan diet. Thrash, I like it's a progression of punk. It's very, very fast, aggressive sounding music.
Yeah. Well, the bloke's
the band that I'm in, we formed about 18 months ago, the current lineup, and since then we've done quite well. We've played all around the country, as far north as Sheffield and places like that. Just played Norwich the other weekend.
So it's about eight days in a row. 2 in Belgium, there's 2 in Holland, and the rest are going to be in Germany. There's the one in Germany he's got suspects in Munich, but that's miles. South Germany. 500 miles.
We've had a flexi disc release, which sold around 2,200 copies all around the world: America, Europe, Japan, places like that. Yeah, and the tour of Europe at the end of next month. Thrash is not violent. The dancing, the people, how they dance to thrash music does seem violent. It's slamming, rucking, it's shaking each other about, it's stage diving. It does seem violent, but it's not. Like I said, the lyrical content, a lot of it is about, is anti-violence. It is saying why are you beating each other up?
Do you want to lift it up and then web it flat, or
I wouldn't call myself an anarchist, but a lot of people get the definition of anarchy wrong. A dictionary definition of anarchy will say it's chaotic lawlessness or something like that, when really an idealistic idea of anarchy is for everyone to live together, right, without having to have rulers, you know, so we can all live together, right, in harmony. I can't see it coming, especially like last week at Norwich, when you get these punks who call themselves anarchists are the ones that are justifying the system and the need for the police when they go around beating people up unnecessarily. They're the ones that are creating a demand for police. They're the ones that are saying we should have anarchy.
His flesh is just ripped from his back. He looks back into his eyes and he just falls to the ground.
Is he dead?
He looks dead, yeah, he's stopped.
He looks dead. Right, I'll put a crossbow, I'll put a bolt in him, just to make sure.
It's getting louder and louder.
Yeah, right. Just
up behind you, coming up behind you, there's a
fantasy game. It's just something where you're put in another world, another time, a different person, but you act it out together like actors would act out a play. So you have a person called a game master who basically he lays down the law. He is God.
You've got any obsessions? Okay. You get hit by a pebble on the back of your neck, crunch really hard.
If you've got yourself into a bit of a spot with something, he'll tell you what's going to happen, but you act it out as if it was real.
He hits the back of your neck. Okay, just about here. Okay, what are you doing?
I'm staying under cover.
I'll blast those.
And they turn around and start having a conference. You blast them, do you, Helen? What are you using? What weapon are you using?
It's just another thing to keep my mind off things like animal rights when I want to, stuff like that.
Okay, right. You shoot this chap here. Okay, and he turns to approach you. Matt approaches. Well, you jump on his back because you're a panther.
I'm covering him. At the moment, the fantasy game that we're playing is a thing called Gamma World. My imaginary figure is a 2-foot mutant spider. He's 2 foot high. But hopefully soon we'll be playing a Marvel imaginary game, and I will be Spider-Man. Yeah. Somebody did ask me once if I had an ultimate fantasy, what would I do or what would I be? And I said I'd be Spider-Man. Seems silly. And they asked me what was the first thing I'd do. And I said liberate as many laboratory animals as I could. So as far as imaginary heroes go, yes, Spider-Man.